Once upon a time, in a land far away, it was rumored that the miller's beautiful daughter could spin straw into gold. The king loved gold, so he had the girl brought to him to spin straw into gold. He put her in a large chamber with a spinning wheel, reels, and more straw than she had ever seen. He said, "I command you to turn this straw into gold by morning, and if you do not, there will be a terrible punishment." Then the king left her alone. Now the trouble with rumors is they are quite often untrue, as was this rumor, for the girl had never spun straw into gold. She wept woefully. Suddenly, the door to the chamber flew open, and there was a little man, the likes of which she'd never seen. "Why are you crying, girl?" he asked. "Alas," she cried, "I must spin all this straw into gold, or I shall face a terrible fate." The little man pondered the girl's predicament. Then he said, "If I spin the gold for you, what shall you give me?" She took her necklace from about her neck. The little man grabbed the necklace and sat at the spinning wheel. Whirr, whirr! By morning, all the straw had been spun into gold. At dawn, the king entered the chamber, saw all the gold, and was delighted. But he wanted even more gold. He took her to another chamber, filled with even more straw. Then the king told her to spin all the straw into gold by the next morning, or face a terrible punishment. The girl began to weep, and again the door burst open. "Well, girl, what will you give me if I spin the straw into gold?" he asked. "My ring," she answered. She took the ring from her finger. He took the lovely ring, sat at the spinning wheel, and worked through the night, spinning all the straw into glittering spun gold. When the king saw the gold, he thanked her, and she was hopeful she could at last leave the castle, but he wanted more gold still. He took her to an even larger chamber with even more straw and said, "You must spin all this straw into gold by morrow's first light, and if you succeed, you shall become my wife." Once again, the little man returned and asked, "What shall you give me if I spin this straw into the gold the king desires?" "I have nothing left to give you," answered the girl. "I shall spin this straw into gold for you. You shall become queen, and when your first daughter is grown, you shall give her to me for wife." The girl agreed, knowing no other way, and thinking that by the time her first daughter was grown, the frightening little man would have forgotten all about the bargain she'd made, and the little man spun the straw. The king was delighted to find the chamber filled with more spun gold, and that same day he married the miller's beautiful daughter, and she became queen. Many years later, the queen's first daughter grew into a lovely young woman. One night, the little man appeared in her window. "It is time for you to give me what you promised. I'll take your daughter." She offered him the hand of any other young woman in the kingdom, but he refused. She wept so sorrowfully. The little man pretended to take pity on her. "I will give you 3 days," he said. "If you learn my name, I shall let you keep your daughter. But if you cannot, she becomes my wife." The first day, the little man came, and the queen tried one name after another until she'd exhausted every name she knew. And every time the little man said, "That is not my name," he laughed a heinous laugh and promised to return the next day. The queen sent her messenger across the land to learn every new name, and he brought back the most unusual and curious name she'd ever heard. But when she tested the names on the little man the second day, he just laughed and said, "That is not my name." The third day came, and the messenger returned at dawn and said, "My queen, I have been unable to learn a solitary new name. But as I came down the mountain, I saw a little house and thought to inquire to see if there were any new names I could bring you. And there was a great fire in the field near the house, and the strangest little man danced wildly around the fire, singing, "Today I bake,
Tomorrow I marry, I'll cast a spell and turn her into a fairy. Ha ha ha, I shall win the game. Rumpelstiltskin is my name.
When the little man came on the third day, he asked Queen, "What is my name?" "Is it Bob?" she asked. "No," he said. "Harry?" she asked. "No," he laughed. "Perhaps." She paused and looked into his beady little eyes. "It is Rumpelstiltskin," she asked with a wry smile. "Who told you?" he demanded, and he was so angry and threw such a temper tantrum and stomped his little foot so hard it broke through the floor of the castle and went deep into the earth, taking the vile little man with it, a fate that could befall anyone who throws a temper tantrum. And it is rumored he is still deep in the earth and still very angry. And this rumor, dear reader, is quite true.